Okay, I'm going to give this a shot. This is going to be part one. I'm going to start a new series. I actually already started placing the videos for it. This is going to be Santos Bonacci series for Santos Bonacci, who's someone who I've been talking about doing a series to. I think it's really important that I get him the information that I have. I think it'll top off everything that he knows very well. Um, So Santos, hopefully you come to these videos. My thing is I don't have any subscribers myself. I'm not really looking to gain subscribers. I'm looking to get to you. Um, I don't know why. Just certain people stand out at me, and I want to get to them. So at the same time, I'll be calling you out as we go along. This is my way of calling you out to find out if you're a real person or if you're just a distractor. What I'm going to be doing here is a visual introduction to the electromagnetic nanocarbon system that we live in. I'm going to bring you into this nanocarbon system from the veil at a telescopic level, and I'm going to bring you all the way down through to the cloud level after we're done with the moon. And then I'm going to bring you into the, let me see if I'm picking this up even. Yeah, okay, it looks good. And then I'm going to bring you to a microscopic level. And in between all that, we'll look in at landscapes, plant life, human skin, you name it, smoke, fire, steam. And I'm going to show you this nanocarbon everywhere, okay? And you'll be able to see it with your own eyes. One of the things you'll be asking yourself, especially someone like yourself, is why did I never notice this before? I've been looking at these things all my life. Why did I never notice this? And I'll just say that you probably did. The programming was a big part of it, and even though we're all looking for the answers, for the correct answers, and not the bullshit stories, or at least some of us are anyway. Um, um, Anyways, it's all very, very cool stuff. So what you're seeing here, I want you to keep an eye out for. I'm going to bring you through before the end of this video and show you the nanocarbon that I've found and what I learned about it so far in this first video. I guess that's what I'm going to be aiming at. But I'm starting you off, Santos, where we're looking right now. This is going to be hard for most people to get through their heads, what I'm showing you right now. As a matter of fact, I stopped doing these videos on what I'm showing you now because people just can't get it through their heads. I'm trying, by coming back down to the ground to a microscopic level and going into the stones and the rocks, so that they'll more easily understand what we're looking at right now at this moment. Because what you're looking at right now at this moment is you're looking into the veil. That's the moon to the right of this camera right here. And this is the imagery that is in the veil. And take notice of the colors. All the fucking colors. I get more colors out of the veil looking around. I got no filters on either one of these right now, by the way. Another thing I'll mention as we're looking into the veil, the way that you can also do this with your own eyes with a telescope. You don't need the cameras. You don't need the camera shit to do this, so you can get rid of the idea of digital fuckery. And another way to get rid of the idea of digital fuckery of what you're looking at right here, right now, is square pixels. The computer's all running square pixels. I don't care what anybody says. I heard some people trying to argue about, no, it's square pixels. Trust me, you can fucking see them. You can separate them. You can identify them for yourself. So I don't want to deal with no arguments about that now as well. Of course, the squares can make other fucking shapes. All they do is make the squares smaller and smaller and smaller so they can make more shapes. So they have to make more pixels. The triangular nanocarbon that I'm showing you here, see all the triangles everywhere? Fuck the squares. Those square pixels that you're looking in at the computer, people, they can go smaller and smaller, but they stay fucking square. So you keep following them down, they'll just keep staying square. I'm trying to get you to see the triangular, by the bazillions, the triangular shapes. And I don't know why I'm getting fucking upset, but some people were making comments about that as well. It's just distractions as far as I'm concerned. Um, so yes, of course the computer has to follow this. As a matter of fact, when we're watching the moon go through the sky, what you're going to notice happen, right, as this moon's traveling around the veil, you're going to notice the moon keeps blurring out and then gets steady again, blurring out and then gets steady again. Of course it is. The camera can't fucking keep up with the changes. So where are the changes coming from? The changes are every little fucking angle of the moon, depending on where you're standing, also changes the angle. I can walk from one side of my yard to the other and make a difference in the way that I'm seeing the moon. I know this because I can come back with the pictures, download them, or the videos, and you can compare them. And you say, oh yeah, so I see these certain images here better at this angle, at this time of day, when the moon is right here in this part of my sky or whatever. Now I'm moving the camera around because I'm talking and stuff like that, but hopefully you're catching some of this imagery. I'm going to come back in here at the end. I'm going to come back in here at the end of your series, Santos. But right now, this is what you're looking at right now, is you're looking into the veil. And the way that I'm doing is I'm sucking up the light coming from the moon, which hopefully you understand is not a reflection from the sun at all. That moon is its own light. That moon is its own light. And there are many, many ways to improve this. By the way, the light's coming out from the moon, for one, and not sun coming in from the other fucking side, any glare of light. So I'm using that light there. Now, I'm staying by the moon here to do this, because watch what happens. If I come too far over here, people freak out. They don't get it. And what happens is you're going to get the digital pixels in the screen. Because I can come over here. I'm sure you're being able to see this, right? Being able to pick some of this up. I mean, I'm moving fast because I'm used to it now. So, I mean, I'm used to, I can grab all this imagery. Not just that big fucking puss. No, I can go in. I already got fucking 1,000 of them already in my memory from right here. They're all over the place. I can start pointing at the images. Hopefully you're getting them. Big to small, the eyeballs, zoom in on them, pause if you want. I encourage anyone to go do everything I'm going to show you right now for yourselves. You can do this for yourself. This is phone camera, cheap shit, $35 fucking camera. And I'm able to get in at the moon, take the pictures, download them, download the videos, and look in at the moon and the veil to show you everything I'm about to show you in the next 100 series. Doesn't take shit. 20-minute videos, 20 minutes at a time of life lost to doing this. So now, since I'm here, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to see now, again, square pixels, separating things. Yes, there have to... Listen, I'm showing it to you on a fucking video camera, people, okay? I'm showing it to you on a video camera on a computer monitor. Of course, I'm going to get those square pixels. But think about it. Where the fuck's the imagery coming from? Are you saying it's coming from the monitor? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that the monitors holds the nanocarbons that are creating this imagery that we're seeing in here? Like this face, for example? And I'm trying to get to a point, because watch. Watch. Okay? You see what I'm saying? See how it's all going? See how this is working? So if my camera's able to, and telescope's able to suck up enough light for me to get in there, then I can get in there and show you all this. Okay? It changes. You can watch the veil travel. You can see the direction that the veil is traveling in. You can monitor the imagery around here. And as the moon starts coming in further and further in view and that glare goes away, watch what's going to happen. The glare is going to go away from the moon. And believe me, I'm following this fucking glare. I'm watching it all the way around. This is the moon's light. The moon has its own light from within. I used to say from behind, because I like to say it's a hole, hole in the veil type of thing. And Santos, by the time we get done with this series, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, back to this. Where the fuck am I? Over here. Okay. So you need to pull the light. Your camera's going to need to use this light. So yes, you're stealing some light, but you're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything crazy. There's nothing odd about this. Recognize the pixels that are in the screen, the square pixels, so that you can separate them and identify from the others. Now, Santos, the reason why I wanted to do this series to you, one of the reasons, for many actually, let me come back here. If I come back, I might be able to clear this up a little bit. Hold on. It's hard because I'm holding the camera. I'm fucking talking. I'm going to be pressing play in a minute. I want to get in a better position than that before I press play. Let's see. I'm trying to get rid of some glare. And I need to pull in some light. So see, I'm keeping my... Oh, when I get over here, I got to keep my camera right here because I'm trying to pull in the light for you so that you can keep an eye in right here. If I start going further to my left, you're going to lose sight of things because I don't have any light over there. The only light I do have over there is a glare from the telescope, I would imagine, because it looks like it's the same. It's going to be a circle from the moon's glare. So let me see if I can keep you right in here. I want to get you the image a little more clearly. The image, there we go. There we go. Okay, so once I get you this imagery in clearly around the moon area right here, okay? And you're looking at it. Now, I can go zoom in on this. I can start going in, and but it makes for a shitty ride. So let me just show you how to do it, and you can do this for yourselves if you have any interest. Because, again, anybody can do this. As a matter of fact, the video that I'm showing you this on is on the Santos Bonacci series. That's my new way of doing things. I'm using the series videos to make my videos. So this is Santos Bonacci series for Santos Bonacci part 68. That's what we're looking at right now, and I'm looking in at the veil right here. We're at 4 minutes and 48 seconds in. I'm going to press play. Play and pause. Play and pause. Play and pause. So we're watching the pixels from the computer following the imagery that it makes up the veil. That's what we're doing. Okay. Get lined back up again. Because I'm losing light, so I got to keep moving around because I'm losing light. So that's why you see me setting back up. But you're seeing the imagery move. You're seeing new imagery come forward. Try to pull in some light here. Staying right at the edge so I can keep you live. Huge images there. Big fucking images. So Santos, this is what I want to talk to you about. Here's where you come in. Because I was always wondering, looking at astrology and looking at even your teachings. So your teachings, I may be wrong, astro-astrology or geoastrology. Geoastrology. And there was a couple other names for it too, and I forget what it was because it's been a while since I watched any of your videos. And I've probably only watched Santos maybe 20 videos. I'm going to press play again. Again, I'm watching for the imagery that's in here. And I'll point out as I go along, we got 6 triangular shaped nanocarbon creating 6 images from the veil to the ground. Feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast. I'm going to go over the shape of the nanocarbon with you in a minute. I'm going to tell you how you can see it with your own eyes. You have been all along. Hey, there's a good image. Shit, almost look like a fucking... I'm hot for anything that's other than feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast. You'll notice as I'm doing the videos. I'm looking for body imagery somewhere other than the moon. I think I might have found it doing your videos, actually, in some stone. I'm going to go to them before your series is up. So I'm going to... Yeah, let's just press play again. I'm going to press play again. Looks like this is a good opportunity for me to explain this too, I guess, because it looks like I might have some atmosphere. Let's see. If I got atmosphere, if I ever get atmosphere rolling in front of the moon, then it's really great because this is a fucking moon, by the way, coming into view. Fucking unbelievable that we missed all this time. So this is a fucking moon, by the way. As soon as it comes in, take your camera phone out of your pocket and put your camera phone up to the screen and start moving it around. Throw your screen up and down, Santos, and start looking around in the moon. and you'll start catching all the imagery. Now the moon is just coming into view in this video, so I'll definitely, it'll all come in clear. This is all lights and shadows. Lights and shadows also plays a huge part in all this. Sound resonance drives the nanocarbon. Nanocarbon creates the imagery. All imagery, and think about that. And if for some reason only represented in the imagery, I don't care if you go to if you go to a tree, you're not going to find what you think might say, gee, why are there not tree life in the imagery or plant life in the imagery? You know, let me just take you off this now. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here, because I'm already up there on time. I got to be careful. Matter of fact, this camera automatically shuts off. All right, so this is a video of the moon that I put of it. It's just a research vid, and I put this on your channel, Santos. I'm sorry, on your series that I did on my channel. I might have to move this around a little bit because I start getting camera stretches. I want you to be able to see what's going on. All right, so I'm about a safe distance where I hopefully won't get much camera stretches. And if I move it around too, then I notice I get less camera stretches. If I come up a little bit too. All right, so again, this is Santos Bonacci series for Santos Bonacci part 68. Just take your camera phone like I'm doing right here for you, you know, and it's even easier if you go like this. You know, if you have a camera phone, put it in your hand. This fucking thing. Come on. Yeah, I think I can do this. Yeah, I can. So then when you this way you have complete control of up and down and all that kind of shit, right? So I go like this and I hold it up there. Now the other way I also get in, like I was just getting in at the veil, was a telescopic lens, one of these cheap $12 telescopic lenses that I put on my camera phone. It's no big deal, and it allows me to get in there really deep. Same thing with the moon. I also use that when I'm going in on the moon too, but it's unnecessary just to get things started. You can simply just open your eyes and you'll see it. Why we never seen it before, I can only tell you that the veil, I'll get to that part too. The veil's being separated. And my east and in my west, every night for years, it's been going on. Been talking about it. So I'm going to press play. Here comes the moon. I'm just going to watch it roll through until I, start seeing. I mean, there's a lot of things in here right now. You could just stop, take your phone, and start looking in here. This way you can go right up to the screen and you can move things around, because what you're going to notice is every little angle, every little turn that you turn things, you're going to see things that you might not have seen at another angle. And that's the way this is working. And once I get this moon to paper, which I've already done in several other videos, I'm just getting better and better at it. I have the light pretty much perfected. Well, for me anyway, for my... Okay, I'm going to press play again. Oops. Fucking hate those screen stretch marks, man. That's the nice thing about the telescopic lens as well, is you can avoid the stretch marks in the screen. So as you notice, as the light's coming into your telescope like this is all my shit. This is all my equipment. As a matter of fact, well, this is playing through. I should probably set it up so I can show you how easy this is to grab. This is for everybody, by the way. This is not for Santos Bonacci and Mike Oziak to go do. This is for everybody. Anybody can do this. Again, I'll show you the angles by changing angles, how you'll lose images at the top. But you'll notice at the top what this is here anyways, because I have to tell you that too as I'm talking about nothing. I'm already at fucking 20 minutes. The system doesn't see any up, down, left, right, backward, forward. The system does not need to understand atomic weight of anything. This is an electromagnetic nanocarbon system that we obviously had the technology to control at one time. If that technology was taken from us, we were dumbed down, enslaved in this system now. And we no longer have any control other than the control that actually we have all control, but we just don't realize that we have any control. So what's happening is the sound resonance that the human population decides to run on, which we're obviously in control of, we just don't understand how it all works. In the masses, the 6.8 billion zombies, they don't understand. They think we're on a spinny web fucking pear rocket ball and flying through the vast of outer space, and they're just waiting for the next YouTube to tell them what to have for lunch, and go on Facebook and describe it. Here's what I had for lunch: hot dog and fucking beans, or whatever. I mean, everybody wants to be entertained. We become a fucking, you know. I don't have to explain shit to you. That's going to be another fun thing about this. I like doing videos to people that I don't really have to explain shit to. No one's going to say, well, why? Why wouldn't they do this? And blah, blah, blah. So anyways, why would we do this to ourselves? So we're going to go through this series with you. I'm already at 20 minutes. I'm going to end this video here, and then I'm going to pick right up where we left off right here. Actually, I guess I could just go with longer videos. Just do a few minutes longer. What the fuck? Cut myself short all the time for 9. Alright, let's just do this to finish the video then. Okay, so the triangular shapes, okay, some things, I've been boiling this down because I got some viewers, I got like 11 subscribers, and some of them have suggested accordingly. I'm glad, because they did it in a nice way. But I was explaining that there were 6 triangular shapes, right? And there's more than 6 triangular shapes, even in my representation of what I see for the 6 triangular shapes. So I have to come to terms with that. The periodic table, I realize, is human structure. It does not work in this system, so I'm in the process of working on a new table. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to call it, but I have absolutely no help. Nobody will wake up, so I'm just going to go about my business the way I believe it's got to be done. Same thing with the standard model. The standard model needs to be reworked. Standard model is all about lights and shadows, and I'm learning about that. Matter of fact, you're going to see this just for yourself in the fucking videos that I'm presenting to you. If you watch this moon come through, think about it. Every time you watch these videos of the moon coming through, I'm doing 360s with the camera. Think about the lights coming through. Think about the fucking shadows. Think about it all. As it's coming through, it's going to hit you. It's just going to go ding, and you're going to, what the fuck? So anyways, I'm working on that. I have a drawing table for tracing, so I put a light in the bucket, and I'm able to trace all these shit out from the moon. So I have the moon on paper. I'm going to bring you in on that side of the table. The nanocarbon. So I'm working on this today, and what I'm realizing is, actually, I know that people were right. There were more than 6, but what my argument to that was this. The pyramid triangle looks like this, but this has these little tails off the back of it, okay? So I was counting it as the same, just with a little tail coming off the back. But that's not really fair to do when I consider that these little rocket ship triangles, which I don't have a better name for, because they got a little fucking thing off the back of them, right? And they usually are, these are the ones, when I see these are the ones that, as far as the imagery in the clouds, the smoke, things like that, I can't say solids, but anything that steam, vapors, anything like that that's designing in the process, rather than like a stone, a rock, a tree, something solid that's been there for a long time. I don't see evidence of this with little bits of shit spewing out the back. That is kind of what it appears to look like. Not, you don't get to visually see it spewing out the back. It's almost like during a morphing process is the part that you get to catch when it's in the clouds, a vapor, smoke, steam, that kind of thing. You'll see these. So they have to be represented as the triangles, but really they're the same fucking triangles as this, with a little poofy thing coming out the back end of them. What am I going to do, Diamonds. 2 of these together, back to back, make up these diamonds. Now, not all these diamonds are represented to look exactly like 2 of these back to back, because sometimes it's longer on one side, shorter on the other, which I did have something to represent that as well, but whatever, I'll get to it later. These I call the Saturn triangles, because again, they have these little kickouts on the back. It looks like the Saturn symbol from the car, the Saturn car symbol. Now I know the Illuminati and the Freemason got all these under other names, you know, so they like to do their diamond thing, and they got the pyramids, you know, the pyramid triangles to remind you of the pyramids, and they have all these other things, like even the Vex, right? It's called the Vex. I call this a Pontiac symbol, but this Pontiac symbol is not always even. See how sometimes they're uneven on different sides? So that would be considered the Vex in the Illuminati system, right? Whatever. The boomerang, same thing. The boomerang's used over and over again on different car symbols and stuff like that. And one side sometimes is longer than the other. This is the one that had people writing me because they were seeing different. They didn't really look like boomerangs to them. And they don't. Some of them don't look exactly like boomerangs, but I have them all in this category. There are probably like 5 or 6 different shapes, maybe more, something like that. But they, you know, sometimes they run off longer on one side. Sometimes they're thicker here and thinner there. We're talking about waves, clouds, even solids for that matter. You'll see all of these triangular shapes making them up. Okay, the letter A is also huge. The letter A is fucking everywhere. So this letter A is being used for the imagery. Don't get me wrong, it's not representing the letter A. It's just representing a way to create the imagery for the nanocarbon. So Batman triangle has a little bit of a roundness on the top and a little bit of roundness here, and it varies in size and thickness. So I tried to represent it best I can, but again, is that a morphing from this? Is that morph? So in other words, it could be this morphs into 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 this. And in other words, there's one fucking triangle that morphs in to all these other triangular shapes that I'm seeing, and I was representing as 6 different shapes, triangular shapes, but now, what am I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, now I'm at 8, okay? So, okay, this video is running long, so I gotta hurry up. Santos, the one word, I've been looking at this, by the way, for 8 months now, I think it's been. The only word I ever seen spelled out in the sky. Now, I don't know if that was a change in sound resonance done as human structure. In other words, did a jet fly by with that sound resonance that would be required to spell out a word, and I happened to catch one of them, and maybe there were many of them at the time. I don't know, but that's the word. So I thought that might mean something to you. So today, while I was doing this triangular shape chart thing that I'm working on, I wrote this. Now, I don't remember if there were 2 L's or 1 L. I just remember it was Alama. I did a video on it. So I know I have the research vid still on my channel somewhere in the beginning. So if it does become some kind of big deal and I need to know what it is or something like that, it was in the back of my mind. And I did do a video on that research video. So it's on my channel twice. Alama, and I don't know what the fuck it means, but it was spelled out pretty clearly in the clouds, and there was no other clouds around. There were no, not for a long distance. I couldn't get them in the camera anyway. But that one was puffing up around the top. So that's it. So that's the electromagnetic nanocarbon. Now, as I'm walking over and showing you this moon table over here, this moon table was another great idea. So it's one picture of the moon. And on this one photograph of the moon, I did a tiny little turn on each one. Then in the end, I ended up flipping the board over. It's great. Wait till I start bringing you in on this. It'll again show you the lights and the shadows. How every fucking line in this imagery, right? As you're going around and you're looking at the imagery and all this, and you start picking them out, separating the imagery, what you're going to end up noticing is that every little fucking angle, every little turn, every little up and down, right? You're going to notice a lot of things, but one of the things you'll notice, it will give you an appreciation for the lights and shadows. You're going to understand better and say, oh, yeah. What's amazing to me when you get it to ink is that it actually still does the same thing it does in the sky. So whether you're looking at it with your eyes, and the reason that's amazing to me is because I mean, with all the shit that I find, and you're thinking, what the fuck could possibly amaze me? There are still things that I'm still in search of. And finding out the lights and the shadows and how all this is working, yes, it's awesome. But there still leads to more questions. And I got a cat on the fucking table here. So are you gonna move so I can do this bottom ones? Hey, guess not. All right. Well, I can't get to the bottom ones. Now I can move this around, same thing, and I will on other videos. When I come back, I'll start bringing you in on all these real good. For example, like this. Oh, I gotta take the camera off the fucking. Okay, so where is he? He's right here, and I can get him. If I shut my upper lights off, I'll get him real good. I just found something on this one particular image last week, so that's why I was going to bring it to him, but I have to go shutting lights off and shit like that, and I'm not going to worry about it. Because I've got, again, all these things, lights behind you, lights behind, in front of you. So I've got these blue lights up here, right, and I got some red and blue lights going on behind. Perfect evidence to show us everything that we were wondering about the light coming from the moon, from within the moon, rather than being a reflection from the sun. As far as I can see from having these extra lights and throw some 6500Ks on there, you can prove for yourself, without a doubt, that the light and the moon is not coming from the sun. And whenever the light from the sun does come into effect, now there might be something else from the sun that I'm wondering about playing part in the moon, but it's not the light. It's not the light. It's not the rays from the sun. So I'll just leave that at that. But as far as it being a ray of light from the sun that's lighting up the moon, no, that's ridiculous. You can see for yourself when you start doing this, especially on paper. So again, every little line works on paper, and then when you're on a digital aspect of it, like I was just doing, it's same thing.